Hi there. I care and you matter. I'm Shannon and welcome to my channel and welcome to another Writer Wednesday video. Today I'm going to talk about my specific goal setting. I have been a little disappointed in myself as of late. I have not met or even maintained progress towards my goals. I'm going to be honest, I've been crazy busy in my day job as a curriculum writer, and I've been crazy busy as, caregiver to my adult son with special needs. However, as I like to say, it is the reason, but not an excuse, or is a reason, I should say, but not an excuse, because there's never an excuse to break promises to ourselves. And that's what I think our goals are. They're promises to ourselves. And so rather than berate myself, I am choosing to be incredibly intentional moving forward, because we got middle of September right now. So we got 2 weeks left in September, and October, November, December. We have all of Q4 ahead of us. And while that's a little upsetting, because I'm still here scratching my head thinking, where did 2025 go? It's also exciting. And this is why I don't make New Year's resolutions. I make quarterly resolutions. Sometimes I make monthly resolutions. Why? Because I like to give myself the gift of a fresh start whenever I need it. That might be in the form of new goals. It might be in the form of a new notebook. Sometimes I'll even splurge and buy another $10 Blue Sky planner, just because it makes me feel like I am, turning over a new leaf. And so I sat down to create some goals, and I did it in a very specific, intentional way. Now, first of all, I want to give credit where credit's due. I enjoy watching Heart Breathings by Sarra. That is her channel here on YouTube. I'll leave a link to her channel down below in case you're curious. She is a self-published author, and while I don't write or even read the kind of books that she writes and talks about, excuse me, I do like her planning videos. And I'll admit to this, I do not have washi tape, not to the degree she does. I don't do the sticker thing. I am very much a functional planner. She, I think, is functional, but she also, it's almost like a hobby for her, right? She loves to decorate and goes all out. And yeah, that's not necessarily my thing. But I've really enjoyed her videos on Kanban boards, and she uses 3 in her office. Again, I'm not going to go into it deep here. You can check out her channel. But then come back to mine, please. But I did try her. It's HB90 is the name of her whole planning format and idea. And I've never taken her course. I can't afford it. But I like the idea of it. And so I have tried setting up Kanban boards as she does in her videos. And they would work for a little while, but I'm going to be completely honest. It got a little overwhelming to me. I don't like clutter. I don't like visual clutter. I don't like mental clutter. And my Kanban boards felt like that, with all these tiny little Post-its that just, it was overwhelming to me. It was almost created anxiety. And so I'm like, man, but studies have shown, research says that if you keep goals out in front where you can see them, you're constantly reminded of them, and it increases the chances you're actually going to work towards and eventually achieve them. So I wanted to do something. And so I cleared off one of my dry erase boards, and you can get it online. For things that I have, I'm going to put links to them. On most of the stuff you can get on Amazon. But I wanted to do something very simple. Easy to do, easy to work towards, easy to see, easy to measure. And so I came up with a 3x3x3 system or method. I got my dry erase board. You can even do this using a big picture frame, put a piece of contact paper or scrapbook paper behind the glass, whatever you want, or a pretty piece of fabric. I've done that in the past too. And then I got normal, standard 3x3 Post-its. I did get super sticky. I know this from some of Sarra Cannon's videos, and I know this from personal experience. If it's not the super sticky variety, it's not worth it. It's only going to frustrate you because they'll eventually fall down. So super sticky. And the reason I did white was very, very intentional. I wanted to color code my goals on my board. And the problem is I just couldn't find 3 colors that I liked. I am a little particular, I'll admit that. And I thought, well, if I just stick with white, I can use highlighters and I can color code that way, because my favorite highlighters are the mild pastel highlighters from Sharpie. They're cheap, they're easy to hold, they're easy to uncap. great color saturation, and again, just like the colors. So I chose these 3 colors, one color for each of my goal areas. Again, 3 by 3 by 3. 3 areas I'm going to work on, 3 specific goals for each of those areas, and I'm going to give myself 3 months to complete those goals. And I use 3 by 3 Post-it notes, super sticky again. Why did I go with 3 by 3 Post-it notes? Well, they're easier to get. They're just easier to find. Secondly, it's a lot of space. My eyesight at this age is not great, I'm going to be honest. And I don't like writing on those super teeny tiny Post-its. That was just so frustrating. Hurt my hands, if I'm honest. So nice big 3 by 3. And if I can't succinctly put a goal or an action step towards that goal on a 3 by 3, I got a problem. So it's time to rework the goals and the action steps. So that's why I went with this size. So I picked 3 areas, and I'm going to put a picture. Please don't judge. These are my goals. But I want to share it. I want to be transparent with you for a little accountability for me, but I also want to show you in practice how I'm doing this. So my 3 areas that I am choosing to focus on are YouTube, my YouTube channel, my Etsy shop, and books, my manuscript. And as you'll see on screen, there are 3 specific goals for each one. And I took my Sharpies and I just outlined around the edge of the Post-it note so that it color-coded with the category that action step goes, or that goal goes toward. I did not get real granular in terms of my board. I'm calling this my goal board. It is not my task board. My tasks are saved for my my daily planner, my weekly planner. I have all my task lists there. And the reason I like this is because originally when I did the compound board, like Sarra had suggested, or her HB90 method, it might work for some, but I found it incredibly overwhelming because I have a busy life, and some days are harder than others to fit a lot of stuff in. But every single day, I can see my goal board, and I can glance at those specific goals, actionable goals for each of my overarching areas, and think, okay, what can I do to move the needle forward in some way, shape, or form for each one of those things? And maybe I don't do that every day. Maybe I just pick one, but there's still progress being made. And yeah, we're going to see how this goes for me. I like the fact that it's not visually cluttered. It's color coded. It's a quick and easy glance at it reminder. So in other words, it's not a reminder of all the overwhelming things I have to do, all the individual things, because that's crazy overwhelming. But it's just a visual reminder of what is it that I want to achieve in 3 months' time. And you know what? Don't laugh, I don't care, judge me. I bought gold stars. So when I've hit one of those goals, if I can hit a goal before the 3 months, before quarter 4 is over with, because I'm giving myself a little jump start because we still have two weeks left in the end of Q3. But if I reach one of those goals before the end of Q4, before the end of the year, I'm going to put a gold sparkly star sticker on that goal. Why? Because it's fun. Why? Because I remember how much fun it was to put stickers on my students' pages when I was a teacher, and how thrilled they were to get those stupid stickers. And you know what? I think I'm just going to enjoy that too. And how great would it be to look at that board and see a gold sticker? It's going to just push me that much harder to try and get stickers on all 9 of those goals. So yeah, I'm going to give this a shot. It's inexpensive. It's easy. I can tell you right now, it's far less overwhelming. And when I sit down every night to make my task list for the next day, I take into account, do I have any work meetings scheduled? Do I have any appointments? Are there anything that's pressing time-wise? But then I look at the time I have left in my day, and I can look at my goal board and think, okay, what are some specific actionable things I can do, some next steps I can do to push the needle forward in those 3 areas? My Etsy shop, my YouTube channel, and my book manuscript. And I'm loving the fact that it gives me direction. I'm loving the fact that it encourages me to show up. And I love the fact that it's not incredibly overwhelming. I can pick and choose tasks that match my available energy level, and time level. And yeah, those specific tasks, they get written down in my planner. So there you have it. If you're looking for a new system, goal achieving, goal setting and getting system, I encourage you to try my 3x3x3 method. Again, links to everything down below. And thanks so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.